Hey, how y'all doing? Thank y'all for welcoming me in this morning. This is your peoples. This your man. Uh, this is your humble servant. This is Mr. O here, and it's a beautiful morning this morning, Friday. Looking at Friday, August 12th, 2016. Very beautiful morning here in South Florida. So, to everybody on my face that's listening to me right now via Facebook and via YouTube and, Twitter following, yeah, y'all gonna get a piece of this too as well. And if you got Skype, that's coming real soon. But before I start this podcast off this morning, first thing first, let me just go ahead and give a shout out. I got to do this. I do this every time when it concludes my podcast. If you're in the South Florida area, if you're in the Miami Liberty City area, looking for some excellent cuisine, Caribbean cuisine, stop by over there at Kyle's Kitchen, 305. They have to be on 762 Northwest 62nd Street in Miami, Florida. Get the best bang for your buck. You got it all. Oxtails, kingfish, you name it, he got it there for you. And if you ain't got it there, he'll take any type of special request. So go there and check them out. You know what I'm saying? Because I support black businesses, black-owned businesses. Speaking of black business, it's time. I want to go ahead and get down to business that I've been noticing like these past few days. And it's the title of my podcast, which you'll probably see when I upload. Oh yeah, by the way, you can download my podcast for free, online or offline. All you got to do is go to Spreaker.com/Mr. O. That's my channel right there. This is probably like my 24th, maybe, I don't know, but I'll deal with that later. The title of this, like I said, New COON Generation and Decline of Civil Rights Generation, so on, so on, so on, so on. There's a lot of things I want to cover. I want to cover within this time period right now. I've noticed the one thing that I've noticed on social media, and it's kind of like really like struck a chord in me of disgust. And it has a lot to pertain to the shooting and the murder and these executions by these race soldiers who posing as police officers, the shooting and killing of unarmed black men, women, and children of my people. And then all of a sudden you got the rise of these new COON generations, so-called black people who basically justifying these murders by these race soldiers who murder our people with impunity. And they go ahead and side with them. Now, I done heard a lot. I usually mention the usual suspects, Larry Elder, Jesse Lee Peterson, that idiotic sheriff, David Clark, Stacey Trash, Ray Lewis, Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, Herman Cain. Oh man, it's a whole lot of Wendy Williams. It's a whole lot of. But it's not even that though. It's not even not only pertaining to that, but also pertaining to them in the arena of politics. A lot of these jokers around here cooning for Donald Trump, who was, by the way, was down here yesterday and the day before, as well as the Joker herself, Hillary Clinton. She looks like the Joker too. Ooh. That's why I don't even want to see Suicide Squad. They around here, cooners, particularly for Trump. Now, we already know about those two hog maws, Diamond and Silk, as well as that old crooked-ass pastor, Darren Scott, another buck-dancing, watermelon eating, fried chicken eating, Sambo himself. But now you got a lot of these cats that's on social media, particularly like on Google Plus, that's right here, cooning too. I came across one profile where he was saying, he got Trump and Pennants on there, And like I said, I used to know this cat personally, but but he's a clown, he's an idiot, he's a mark. So me not mentioning his name is not even gonna be, it's not even relevant. you know. But the thing about it, they think that this cooning and stuff is gonna save them. They really think that that they backing of these white supremacists or these suspected white supremacists is going to go ahead and help them and fuel their agenda. You know, they got this attitude saying, "You see right there, massa. You know, I'm not like them other Negroes over there. They planning to go ahead and kill you. I'm with you to the end. When you sick, I'm sick. We sick. When you break your leg, we broke our leg." That sort of crap. Give me a break. Obviously, these boneheaded boneheaded imbeciles don't realize what happens when you coon. You know, that's not even gonna save you. If you think I'm lying, look it up. Ask Ray Lewis, ask Chris Carter. Point blank, plain and simple. You know, because see, I'm speaking to my people this morning. Because see, we dealing with it, but we're at war and we dealing with white supremacy. Before we go here, and Jason Black put this beautifully. Before we go ahead and fight the enemy on the outside, we got to deal with the enemy on the inside. And a lot of times, the enemy at few times happen to look like us. A two-legged, two-armed, goddamn Oreo cookie. Black on the outside, but vanilla on the inside. And half the time, these fools are soft. But they're so clueless. They got so much self-hate. It's just ridiculous. And then on top of that, when you stand up against them and stuff, they try to get on social media and want to go ahead and blast you, or either copy and paste a profile page, or you did try to turn around and share it to try to humiliate you. Well, it's not going to work. Because see, the only thing technically done by that is by trolls. But then again, trolls often hate themselves anyway. And they hate to see other people be happy. So, they're miserable. They want everybody else around them to be miserable. But, like I said, I could care less though. But it's a lot of them that be online. So for those who's got Facebook, who's got Instagram, who's got Periscope, Twitter, Snapchat, Google Plus, YouTube, and all that, I suggest you check your circles and check the people who subscribe to your channel or your post, because everybody that you think is your friend isn't your friend or your ally. So I suggest you go ahead and check that out. But one thing I do want to talk about pertaining to this is, you seem like there is also, when it comes down to the civil rights generation. And the thing is, I have a problem with that, with the old guard, like the John Lewises, the John Conyers, and the Jesse Jacksons, and the Al Sharptons. Those type of people never did anything for us. Now, I know it's going to be some people that's probably going to go ahead in the comment section or whatever, and they're probably going to disagree with me or try to argue with me, saying, you can't say that about so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. I say, shoot, ask yourself. I mean, all you think y'all did was just march. And people who still trying that right now, where that have gotten you. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Go ahead. I'll wait. Those people who I just had mentioned, like, it's time for them, to that generation, because see, look here, after y'all, I explained earlier just now about the killing of our people in the streets by these murderers, racist pigs, and these vigilantes, just like what happened up in, we have another George Zimmerman on our hand. I forgot to do his name, but But I get a hold of that information on my next podcast, though, when it comes down to it. You know, because it's just like this, you know. It's always these white boys are always gonna send some of these old token Negroes to try to come down here and want to try to calm down the young generation and try to make them docile and tame. Perfect example, 2014 during the NBA when the Donald Sterling tapes arose. During the time with the playoff game between the Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Golden State Warriors. And you heard Donald Sterling saying these disparaging remarks about Magic Johnson and all that. And they were audio recorded by his side chick, this Vivian, what's her name? I'm not just going to go by her name, Vivian, which Barbara Walters now try to big her up as being this beautiful 30-something-year-old woman. When she truth and reality, you look at her, she looked like a damn goldfish. With all that Botox and everything else. I'm like, oh boy, I'll tell you. Because trust me, ain't nothing attractive about her, because when I first saw her, I thought she was a man. And I wouldn't even be surprised. Donald Sterling, like 82 years old, 83 something, whatever now. You know, please. And you seen the reaction, and this is kind of like, for me, it's kind of a shame that some of these ball players, you know, going ahead here and taking off your workout sweatshirt and turning it inside out of uniforms and dropping a pile of it in the middle of the basketball court. That's not making a statement. That wasn't even making a statement. You want to make a statement. How about like, okay, I'm not going to play in this game. You know, you're basketball players. You're millionaires. You got money. You could easily go ahead and walk away from the game and still live comfortably. You know, that's what I was ashamed about with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. But as you see when that went down, look what they did. White establishment in the NBA, you know, or the Clippers organization, they told Doc Rivers, and Doc Rivers comes down there, being there to calm those young guys down. But Doc Rivers, no different than Michael Jordan or Charles Barkley, you know, they were bought and sold. He was bought and sold a long time ago. You know, so that shit what Doc Rivers did was like totally irrelevant anyway. So I wasn't even worried about that though. But you know, but the only reason at that time the NBA did that is because LeBron James had spoke up, followed very closely by Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, by the way, perhaps one of the best, greatest athletes that ever played the game of basketball. And as a fan myself, watching him play was astonishing. You know, but off the court, he's just a jerk. Jordan, until recently, when he called himself speaking out about the shootings and all that stuff, which wasn't even his words or his letter. Somebody wrote that for him, as I explained in my last podcast. So, you know, because that was, you know, it was a disingenuous letter anyway. So Jordan really never give a shit about us anyhow. But you niggas go ahead there and y'all run down there to Foot Locker every time. And when a new pair of Jordans come out, you line up around the corner. Go ahead and pay that $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $800, almost $1,000 for a pair of Jordans, if not more than one. But I digress. So let's just stay on topic right here. But that's when all the coons come out like that, like during that situation. And that's the same thing what happens here. When Trayvon Martin got murdered in Sanford, Florida, by that fat piece of crap George Zimmerman, who, by the way, you know, bragging and boasting about like how, you murdered a 17-year-old kid, and then some white guy turned around and punched him so hard it broke his glasses, you know. And like and all we've been telling y'all for the longest that Zimmerman ain't nothing but a bitch. He didn't have his guns on because he felt comfortable around people he trying to emulate. But the thing like with Zimmerman, like I ain't like that. Um, you see, you have people like Jesse Jackson, all these people coming down here. You know, you have some old people telling young people, and the young people were upset. Somebody saying, old people trying to tell them to get in there and calm down. That's, right here cooning. And I hate that. Uh, Young people got to go ahead and rise up. And see, like to that older generation, to that older civil rights generation, y'all dropped the baton a long time ago. See, we're not asking you to step aside or move out of the way. We moving your ass out the way. Period. John Lewis, John Conyers. Let me break it down more home. Same thing goes for the Congressional Black Caucus. Same thing goes for the NAACP. Same thing goes for a lot of these local black commissioners down here and the ones that's in the Senate. Frederica Wilson. Because as soon as y'all motherfuckers get up in there, I told you, it ain't about us anymore. It's about y'all and how y'all can fatten y'all bank accounts. Because y'all in the back pocket of these lobbyists and these European developers. And see, that's where the civil rights generation had gone to right there. And don't be surprised, you probably got some of them getting out here talking about that all lives matter and all this stuff like that, all that bull crap like that. People, we have to come out here and come to the realization that the old guard methods and ways are not working. Malcolm told y'all this 50 years ago. And what he stands true is right. Okay? But what they want to try to indoctrinate into our heads is like, well, don't y'all, from the white supremacists, always want to say, well, shoot, just think about what Martin Luther King would have said. Would have thought about this. Yeah, if you want to refer to the Martin Luther King of the early 1960s, because like during that time, King was all about for integration and everything like that, which I still say to this day is probably the worst thing that ever happened to us as a people. But King then realized that after his March on Washington speech, and he started speaking out against the Vietnam War and the poverty and everything, he started to realize that he may have sucked his people into a burning house. It came down to integration. Because a lot of people don't realize this. He was in there with the Rothschilds. Just as the same as Hillary is and a whole lot of other people. Current, past and current. Because see, that's the type of Negro that the white supremacists, that establishment want. They don't want cats like a Malcolm X. They don't want cats like a Marcus Garvey or a Noble Drew Ali. They don't want those types. They don't even want a type of cat like me. Because I'm going to say what I got to say on my mind, and I'm going to say it in a way that'll hurt your feelings, and I really don't care what you think. Because what I say and what I stand on the side of right and truth. No matter how obscure and how hurtful that it may be. But sometimes whatever I drink, I gotta taste the bitter with the sweet. That's just the way how it goes. But that civil rights generation, they dropped the ball a long time ago. NAACP, please, man. That was never started by us. Remember, that was started by white Jewish people. White people being of a Jewish religion. Just the name alone is not enough. The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. If you don't believe me, look it up. Look it up. But the problem is with us as a people, it's so many distractions, But at the same time, a lot of us are waking up. And the thing about it, you got to realize that black people, there's one thing that's a constant and open enemy has always been white supremacy. White supremacy, by the way, happens to be on the decline anyway. It's going to be on the decline naturally, genetically, biologically, evolutionary. And that's why you see a lot of these white supremacists right now, they're circling the wagons and all that for their last hurrah. And they're upping the ante on these attacks, on these executions, these lynchings of our men, of our women, and of our children, with impunity. But guess what? Two can play at that game. If the scenario that happened, that went down in Dallas, that went down in Baton Rouge, didn't do nothing, because I told you before in the last one, and Professor Black Truth had already said this too. That see, now what went down there in Dallas and went down there in Baton Rouge, the same white guys, the same clowns who dress up in all the riot gear, looking all like stormtroopers, pushing people around. See, when the projectiles start hitting it, flying around them, they the ones running for cover faster than Elmer Fudd from Bugs Bunny. But we also got to deal with these coons too. Trust me, these the ones that's got to be the first to go. They got to be the first to go. Trust me, I'm gonna tell you this. And the same thing go for Obama as well. Because like, look, the 8 years he's been, he ain't really did much for us, to be honest with you. But if situations happen for us, no, all he wants to do is make a little fancy speech that's there. He stood up for the Jews, he stands up for the gays and lesbians, he stands up for Israel, stands for everybody else. When it comes to us, he didn't do it. He went out. That's what he did. That's exactly what he did. Because I have my issues with Obama. And, because like deep down I think he has a disdain for us. But the only reason I kept my mouth closed is I respect his wife. Because his wife, Michelle Obama, has always stood up for us. But she never got what he came for. And at the time when he was Attorney General, Eric Holder did as well. I respect them more than I respect them. I mean, but that's what's going to have to happen. But see, the one thing about it, our people did took a turn in the right direction from it. Because see, if these crackers don't get out here and they don't respect us, then okay, then we got to pull our resources together. And I'm happy to still report that the black movement is still going strong and going stronger than ever. It puts a smile on my face. I see my people go ahead and start going to black-owned banks and start banking them. I've been following up on that since Killer Mike and Usher started the movement. They started the movement and stuff, and that's still going strong, you know. Because see, now you got the white supremacists, you got white people all upset. So if not all, just some of them saying like it's divisive and all that. No, it's not divisive. You know, it never was divisive. What it is called a move in the right direction. Because see, now I told people like this, I say, in order to get the respect we need, in order to make some moves, you have to understand economics. And economics mean that dollar. That black dollar. That's what that means. And see, they scared of that black dollar. They're scared of that black dollar. That's what that is. Black dollars move things. But unfortunately, you know, although the majority of us are starting to understand the value of the dollar and the power of the dollar and what it does, you still got some of us are still out here shucking and jiving and cutting food and all that. You know, what I mean about getting back on the new COON generation, like the other day, I was watching, came across a clip, Roland Martin. He had Hillary Clinton over there on the show. Now, if you'd have watched that, I could swear that Roland Martin was up here soft shoe cooning for Hillary. You know, talking about some stuff saying about that teaching she teaching Hillary how to do the wobble and saying that that's what black folks do. We do all black folks know how to do the wobble. Newsflash, Roland Martin. Although at times I do love your brazenness and outspoken because you're a Scorpio just like me, but at the same time, not all black people get out there and do the wobble, bro. You know, I say it like this. I mean, that's the problem. You know, you around here got these fools coming to y'all, they campaigning for votes, thinking that they down with you for the cause because you're gonna teach them how to do things like the wobble or the Dougie or the nay nay. Nobody got time for that. We ain't got time to be around here putting on a minstrel show and all this stuff. We here on business. See, they couldn't have me to be up there to confront her and ask her because I'd be the first to go ahead and ask Hillary Clinton, like, hey, what was that comment that you made back in '92 in the early '90s referring to black men as super predators? And then on top of that, why is it that nobody, your husband, never took accountability for him signing that street strikes laws, which led to the incarceration of over 100,000 black men? You know, and it's still going on there right now. You know, Roland Martin, like, y'all, you guys are clowns, dog. And on top of that, like, you know, Roland, like, I met him a while back. You know, he's a good brother. But you was soft shoe cooning for that. I said, dude, what's wrong with you, man? I would be out here teaching them, like, man, come on. You know, do the wobble. Name it. Now, shit, what's going to be next? Are they going to have Donald Trump coming out here doing the wobble? Oh, Lord. That means his hair be flying all over the place. I got time for that, man. I got time for this. You know. But see, but the problem is, you always got some ninjas that's out here. You want to get out here, you want attention, you want to put on a show and all this stuff like that. You doing all that to quote unquote got the brothers going here taking their money and going down there to Brazil just to get some ASS. And that you know, that's something that old Dudley Do Right, big eared elf looking fool Pharrell Williams and Snoop Dogg started back in the late 2000s. You know, and see, like that's the last part. This is the part here I really want to get to in there. Brothers, black men who taking their money, who ain't got no money, going down there to Brazil as a recent, just to go ahead to hook up with some women down there. Let me set the record straight and I'm gonna make it clear on this. This is one thing I don't support. And the reason that I don't support, because we ain't got time to be going ahead and taking our money or we don't capital, because us as a people, we don't really have that type of capital. We're trying to build that type of capital. To go down there to Brazil or Sao Paulo, Brazil, and go ahead and get your freak on. This isn't Freaknik. This isn't Daytona Beach, spring break, or whatever. This isn't Cancun or Memorial Day weekend in South Beach. Now, I could see if you were going down there and you trying to expand a business and all that, somewhere along the way you meet a nice woman or whatever like that, that's something wholeheartedly different. My point is it's going down there just basically to go down there to trick. When it's already have been exploited by the European sex beast who probably done turned around and had sex with an anaconda, to a jaguar, to an ocelot, to a llama maybe. Oh yeah, you don't believe me? Look it up. Shoot, you got plenty of videos and stuff that circulate the internet of white women having sex with dogs and cows and horses and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Let's keep it 100 on that. And they probably done ran through everything like that, which makes you mean the disease rate is probably like high or whatever. But at the same time, I don't believe in going into another country and going ahead and exploiting women like that, because you got some of these crackers going down there too and shooting porn flicks down there through porn just to exploit them. In my book, not cool at all. In my book, not cool at all, bro. That's the state of the condition of most of our guys. Because, like, see, tell you the truth, see, a real man ain't gonna really go out their way to try to go ahead and look for no chicken. A real man gonna be about his business. He gonna go ahead and handle his business, without anybody knowing his business. And as long as he stay focused, and this goes for both for sisters too. As long as you out there handling your business, you don't worry about it. Sooner or later, you're gonna find somebody that's gonna be attracted to you, and they're gonna come to you. But I'm gonna speak particularly to the fellas. Just stay focused. You guys gotta stay focused. Stay on the grind. And if you business minded like myself, don't worry about it. And you try to start an enterprise or entrepreneur, you try to start a business and everything like that, and you focusing on that business. Don't worry about it. Even if you at a 9 to 5 and you into your work, don't worry about that. The winner gonna come. I learned that a long time ago. I learned that in my late teens, early 20s. I learned that at a very early age, very young age, talking about early 20 years. Even if you're going to the club, to go ahead and have fun and have a good time. That's cool. But, you with your boys, y'all go ahead and have fun. Dance, drink, whatever, anything like that. Like I told somebody a long time ago, shit, they gonna come, bro. They gonna come. So I wouldn't even worry much about that. But you got some of these old thirsty ass dudes that's going down there to Brazil, lowbrow and stuff like that. Just going down there, spending money going to Brazil, and you're gonna get your money all down there, just thinking because you're gonna get some ass. That's just as bad as some of these dudes who get out here and do online dating and all that stuff. Because you can't cut it in the real world when you can't go get money. I say, look here, to those misguided brothers and sisters, brothers out there who thirsty like that, and stop it. Just stop. Okay? Because you're making yourself look ridiculous and it looks stupid. And plus, on top of that, why would you want to go ahead and exploit people to do the same thing that the European has already done? Okay? That's redundancy at its highest form. You can practically find a good woman anywhere. It ain't always got to be. It ain't got to be in no campus, bro. Shoot. That's the dude's excuse. That's just as much as excuse. With brothers get out there saying, "Well, ain't no good black women out there," so they decide to go ahead and be a swerve. That's the mindset of a soft ass, weak ass motherfucker. And I try to be a little bit less vulgar on here, but certain subjects like this kind of pisses me off because these guys, they don't see themselves as a value, and they don't look at black women as not being a value. Because if black women was a value to you, you wouldn't be running over to a country down there, Belize or Brazil or Colombia or Ecuador or Costa Rica, to go ahead and do that and exploit some other females. Just go ahead and have sex. Because see, half the time they're not gonna care nothing about you. Shoot, as long as you can go ahead and pay, they'll tell you anything. Say your dream. And the same time, I know some of y'all guys go ahead and be all in love with them or whatever like that. But brothers, look, you gotta understand something. We at war here. War is white supremacy, and we gotta do that by expanding our footprint, and we got to do it through economics. And that's the focus that we need to be doing. Rather than going ahead and chasing tail and chasing Jordans and chasing rims and all that stuff. That's punk shit. Before I leave, I want to conclude this broadcast. Like I said, you gotta support black-owned businesses, support that. But people, I support the Bank Black movement. If you want to, you're looking for a new bank to go bank with. You know, we do got a black-owned bank right down here in Miami and Liberty City. That's One United Bank. It's the largest black-owned bank in the country. And we do have a branch right there, 3275 Northwest 79th Street, which is in Miami, Florida. Let me give you that address again. That's 3275 Northwest 79th Street in Miami. Okay? Go over there. You know, shit, even if you're cool with the bank who you banking with now, hey, it doesn't hurt to go over there and put $100 aside, open up a little savings account over there, and you know, see if you like it. And if you like it, there's people I know now that just went on ahead and moved all their money from out of Chase or Bank of America, or Wells Fargo, Citibank, TD Bank, Regions, and put it all over there because you know they want to support the Black movement. Yeah, so you know, go ahead and support that. And for all you players and all y'all ballers, you know, you want to go ahead and diversify your wardrobe, get your wardrobe game up in the formal wear, check out Rasul's Men's Wear right there on Northwest 63rd Street and Northwest 7th Avenue and 63rd Street. Rasul's has been serving the community for over 45 years. So I suggest you go ahead, you know, check him out. He got everything what you need. Ask for Ronald. He the man up. And if you want to get your eat on and all that, go to Kai's Kitchen 305, 762 Northwest 62nd Street in Miami. That's 762 Northwest 62nd Street in Miami, Kai's Kitchen. This today has been a pleasure and an honor. This is your man. This is your boy. This is your main man, Mr. O. I'm signing out. Peace, and I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Hotep, I say, Islam.